Well, Greece is the epicenter of that economic crisis. The country's lawmakers face a crucial vote just hours from now on a €78 billion austerity package. Its rejection would almost certainly result in default. But lawmakers may have problems just getting into Parliament. Check out the live photographs here of the square just outside of Parliament in Athens.
Yeah, thousands of protesters have been gearing to march on Parliament, and police will be preparing for more violence. These are the overnight pictures. Rioters in the centre of Athens, they burned cars, smashed windows, injured at least 37 police officers. The unrest builds pressure on the Prime Minister George Papandreou, but if he can hold his party together, he'll have just enough votes to scrape his plan through.
Well, for the latest, we can go to our Nicole Itano. She joins us live from Athens. So, Nicole, so far the protesters are coming out slowly but surely here this morning.
That's right. It's make or break for George Papandreou today. We're ticking down to that crucial vote in just about 5.5 hours. Now, there's only a few hundred protesters gathered outside Parliament, but it's still early. Parliamentarians are set to meet there again at 10 a.m. local for the final debate before that vote, which is scheduled to take place at 2 a.m. And they are expected to draw thousands of protesters once again. We saw some pretty dramatic scenes in the square last night. I was out there a bit, and the mood really veered from celebration, almost a street fair, to real anger. People smashing buildings, breaking windows, throwing rocks. And one thing that really struck me about the scene last night is that normally it's just a few people who are involved in the violence, but there were moments last night where the crowd itself, old people, middle-aged people, were trying to storm Parliament. And that is going to be George Papandreou's worry today as he heads into that crucial vote.
Yeah, that must be the biggest concern, whether those protests are going to actually sway MPs. But I would imagine that with that wafer-thin majority that he's got, there's an awful lot of arm twisting going on right now.
That's right, there certainly is. There's 300 votes, 300 people who each have to make a decision. We know how some of them are going to vote, but for many, a crucial swing vote. It's going to come to that last-minute decision before the final vote. And there is a lot of arm twisting, and certainly many are taking into account the public anger on the street and whether there is will in this country to actually implement these programs. They're asking a lot of the Greek people, but it does look like this bill probably will just sneak through. One of the main small independent parties has told their members to vote their conscience. That means George Papandreou will probably pick up a few votes there and just squeak through.
We shall see. It'll be very exciting and interesting what happens there. Thanks, Nicole.